It's about 7:07 p.m., February 9th, 2024. Worked late today, and all day I've been hit hard. It ramped up at about 4:30 this morning, 4:30 a.m., I should say, and it's been getting louder throughout the day. So we know that our government knows about this technology. Anybody with half a brain knows of experimenting with directed energy weapons. And if you have people like Lieutenant Colonel Richard Yo saying we're at the beginning stages of understanding directed energy weapons on people, the long-term and short-term effects on users and collateral damage, you know people were attacked near the West Wing of the White House. You know what this all means? This means we have a lot of maggots in Congress, in the FBI, in the CIA, in the Pentagon, and they're allowing this to go on. And the good ones are turning a blind eye to it, because with all the people complaining about this around the world, and with the patents on directed energy weapon and central nervous system stimulation, we have a government that's scared of the deep state, and they're cowards. Because if they weren't, they would take what we're saying seriously, and they would investigate it. And what they would do is use LiDAR technology and military equipment to catch these directed energy weapon attacks that are hitting us into our house. They could use satellites and direct it at our house. We don't want Shrevers because we know they're part of the military-industrial complex. But we need our government involved in our airspace, not weapons manufacturers. We don't need to weaponize space. In fact, I bet everybody would feel a lot better if we took the 5G towers down and we took all the satellites out of space and took all of them away. I bet we would suddenly have a thriving, better society. And all the trees would start coming back. All the birds would start coming back. Because with these ultrasonic frequencies going every which way and radio frequencies, we're destroying this planet. We're corrupting the migration patterns of birds, of fish, of bats. Insects are being hurt by this, and they don't know how to get back to their beehives, half of them. And they're changing their nature. And I'm wondering, the main thing is, why aren't hospitals investigating this? Why isn't the FBI investigating this? And why is our federal police force allowing the military-industrial complexes to move their assets underground? Why isn't something being done by all this? I mean, do you all think you're going to escape this? Do you think magically you're going to have these wonderful lives with all this going on? They're in the experimental phase with people right now because no one's speaking up except for a few of us. They're getting more and more powerful, and they're like, look what we can do to all these people. We can get away with it because we're psychopaths. But the majority of people don't want to believe it and want to keep their eyes closed. So what do you think is going to happen to this planet? How about the future? And then you have Elon Musk that's like, I like transhumanism and I like cyborgs, and he's putting chips in people's brains. We're being attacked by directed energy weapons. Do you get it? We're actually having frequencies directed at our brains. It's like a radio. And we hear static. Some people hear voice to skull. We feel vibrations on our body. We're being damaged. And what do you think a chip's going to do in your head, in people's heads? And how do you know, since they're so out of control already and don't give a damn about the HIPAA, Act or our privacy? They don't give a damn about all that. They're stealing our personal information. They're gathering data on us against our will. I own my intellectual property. But this is the society we're turning into. It's so ugly. So once they get away with that, what do you think the next step's going to be? Chips in little babies' brains so that they can control them like cyborgs? They can decide whose baby's going to work for the military and whose babies are just going to be servants? Do you see where this is all going? It's like in the future, we want to kill all these people, so let's just zap them. We don't need them over here. We want to create our own world, and we're the all-powerful, mighty Oz. We're going to run things the way we want to. We don't care how you think. We own your body. You're now our slaves. Is that what we want to have in this world today? And if any of you that don't believe this, bother to research this information and look into it, electronic harassment, voice to skull, and if you bothered to look at all the patents and really looked over all my videos, you would have to question that something is going on. And you suddenly don't get all this like noise harassment campaign late in life. This isn't normal. They're creating Manchurian candidates. A lot of them are complaining about hearing voices. Well, yeah, they can do voice to skull now. And I'm telling you, the sounds you hear night and day, keeping you awake and torturing you, making it hard for you to focus, drives people insane. That's their intention, to create martial law and have a one-world fascist takeover. It is real. So I recommend everyone go to Dr. Stephen Greer's website, start looking at his videos. Go to the Sean Ryan show and look at some of the guests he's had on and the whistleblowers. Look at the congressional oversight committees going on now and talking to the whistleblowers. I mean, how can people ignore this? I mean, this is a major flaw in humanity. This is really about whether you care or not, and it's really showing me that most people don't care. They care about their little space, and that's it. But that's how come we're destroying this planet. We've destroyed other planets because we really should be looking at everything as a whole and live in harmony with everything. We should elevate ourselves spiritually because we're going to destroy once again, this planet at the rate we're going.